Good morning. Lifestyle is health as it's woohoo Wednesday. Here we are. I hope you're feeling a bit woohoo this Wednesday. Hi, Facebook world. Hi, YouTube world. So today on the live, I wanted to talk about dealing with social anxiety. It's something that has come up recently, and it actually ties in quite well with what I was talking about in my blog and what I will also be talking about on my podcast this week, because obviously, as we know, in the UK, so many things have now opened up. The schools have gone back. We've now got shops open. We've got hairdressers back open. And for a lot of people, and especially I'm finding that a lot of young people are really feeling anxious about the whole situation. They have been out of that whole school environment for a long time, or they've been in an environment where if they have been at school, there's not been that many people around at any one time. And suddenly now we're getting back to larger numbers. Public transport is getting busier as well. And for a lot of people that never really suffered with any kind of social anxiety, they are starting to find that they're not comfortable and are experiencing sensations that are just, they feel a little bit weird. And what's wrong with me? So the first thing to say is there is nothing wrong with you. Think about the narrative that we've had fed to us over the last 12 months plus. It has been stay away from people. It has been do not go anywhere where there's going to be large crowds, because you just do not know who may have the virus and who may not. And we don't know who is susceptible to picking it up more easily. And are you one of those people who, if you do get it, is going to suffer more than somebody else? All of this unknown is what creates anxiety. And that is why for many people now, although we are being told things are now safer because more and more people have been vaccinated, we are also still being told, on the other hand, to keep away, to make the space between people, to still keep doing what we have been doing, cover up your face, cover up your nose and your mouth. Ridiculous. Just as an aside, the amount of people who are still wandering around in supermarkets who have their masks around their chin or only covering their mouth. But anyway, that is something that, you know what, we are going to have to manage. And so this is why I want to share this, because social anxiety is real. That's the first thing to say, right? You are not weird. You are not somehow strange or broken or anything like that. But how do we manage it? Well, subconsciously, when you are in this environment, there is going to be some thoughts that you're probably not even aware of that are going on in a part of your brain. And that kicks off a physiological stress response within your body. So we've got adrenaline and we've got cortisol, the two main stress hormones that people have heard of, will be coming into your system. And what they do is they get ready for you to actually take action. Right? And normally that's to actually run away or to stand and fight, or in some cases it's to freeze. Now, what a lot of people are experiencing in social anxiety is that freeze part of it. And it's not a nice sensation, that's for sure. Good morning, Facebook user. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. So if you could type your name in, that would be awesome. So what I want you to know is that you need to allow yourself to know it's okay, because the more you tell yourself you shouldn't be feeling like this or there's something wrong with you, the more you're creating a stress response, not consciously, unconsciously. And the more that stress response kicks in, the more you'll suffer those symptoms of sweaty palms, feeling, hi Michelle, of sweaty palms, of feeling that your heart is starting to race a little bit and you feeling kind of uncomfortable in your own skin. So we can perpetuate this sense of anxiety by getting anxious and worried about the fact that we're feeling anxious and worried. So that's the first thing to know, right? Tell yourself it's a normal reaction after what we've all been through this year. But how do you then deal with it? Well, one of the fastest ways to bring yourself down. So when you're in that stressed out, anxious state, this is part of the nervous system that is taking over. And it's the part of the nervous system that we call your sympathetic nervous system. And it's designed to keep you safe, right? Which is why it's called sympathetic, because it's meant to kick in if it fears that you're in danger, all right? we're not actually physically in danger. So what we need to do is try and bring ourselves down into what we call the opposite system to that, which is your parasympathetic nervous system. And this is the one that allows you to feel calmer. This is the one that starts to bring in things like the neurotransmitters GABA and acetylcholine, things like serotonin that come in and help you to feel a little bit more at ease. So what we need to do is very simply connect to our breath. Okay. And if you can possibly do it at the same time, try and have a sentence in your head that will help you. So if we actually put a hand on our heart, the physical connection between your own body, right? Putting your hand on your heart, doesn't matter if you've got clothes on or not. Obviously, if you're out and about on a tube or going to school, you're going to be clothed. But your hand on your heart, and if you possibly can, put another hand on your head and just breathe. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Now, having that connection to your own body is reassuring, right? It's getting you into that parasympathetic nervous system faster. Now, if that's not possible, you can actually connect by doing this and still making that connection to your own body, right? I am calm. I am okay. This is just a feeling. It will not last. Now, what I like to do is those 3 sentences that I've just told you, I like to take those sentences in my head and say them as I breathe out. So if I'm going to take the hand to hand, right, I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to breathe out, I am calm. Yeah, but I'm saying it in my head. And I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to say to myself, it's okay. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to say to myself, this is just a feeling, it will pass. Right now, when I keep repeating those 3 things, this is like me trying to brainwash my brain away from the fear sentences that are happening unconsciously. Now, you can do that breathing wherever you are, right? You can sit on the tube and you can do it. Right? You don't have to be in a special place. You don't have to sit in a special chair or anything like that. And it doesn't have to take you a long time. It's instantaneous. The key is that you breathe deeply in through your nose and you let the breath come out slowly out through your mouth. And if you can possibly take 1 count longer to breathe out than you take to breathe in, that is going to help you to come down into that calming system, nervous system, that will allow you to just feel a little bit easier. Now, over the space of the day, may you need to do that a few times? Well, yeah, you absolutely might do. The other thing that can really, really help you, and it falls in with that same kind of deep breath in, you can get, and I think the major supermarkets sell them now, so places like Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's have little roller balls of essential oils, which you can just put in your handbag. And if you just roll them on your wrist, right, you can actually breathe in the scent. So if you're breathing in the scent and you're saying, I am calm in your head as you breathe out, then you've got 2 pathways that are being activated to bring you back down into that nice, relaxed, calm, parasympathetic nervous system. The main thing is you are okay. It is a feeling, albeit an uncomfortable one. But the more you focus on how uncomfortable that is and telling yourself that you shouldn't be feeling like this, the longer that sensation is going to last. So this is why using those positive sentences to take your brain away from what it thinks is happening and telling it what is actually happening. I am calm. I am okay. This is just a feeling, it will pass. Then you're going to allow yourself to feel a little bit more comfortable. And so the next time you're in that situation and you repeat it, your brain is going to go, oh, okay, we've done this before and this works. This is quite cool. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. And you'll probably find that it works a little bit faster. It's not necessarily going to stop those sensations from occurring, especially right now, because we're all going to be going into different situations that we have not been in for a long time. So there's going to be a lot of new experiences. They're old experiences that you've had before, but they're now in a new context. So all of you have been into clothes shops before, right? But suddenly now we're going to be more vigilant about who is getting closer to me, who is in my space. Are they wearing a mask? Are they not? we haven't had that experience of shopping for clothes with those thoughts going on in the back of our head before. And that's the stuff that creates the social anxiety. So knowing that it's going to happen, right, is one of the tools, because you can go, okay, right, hello, brain. Yeah, you're telling me that I need to stay safe and I need to stay vigilant. But I also need to remind myself that I am being sensible and I'm doing what I need to do. The other thing is that if you feel that these emotions and sensations are really overwhelming, then try and get yourself into a space away from the biggest trigger if you possibly can. Right? Be kind to yourself. That's the final thing that I'm going to leave you with. Please do not berate yourself and start calling yourself stupid or ridiculous or an idiot or any of those horrific bullying words that we are so good at using about ourselves when we are not behaving in a way that we think we should, right? Take the pressure off, and just like you would a little kid who is going out and doing stuff for the very first time and going out into the big wide world, allow yourself to get curious about which situations you find yourself in that make you feel more panicky, and which situations that you actually feel more comfortable with. Take the situations that you feel more comfortable with, and then when you're in a situation where you feel more panicky, see if you can let your brain just take you back to the situation you were in where you felt more comfortable, and imagine that you are there. Because your brain actually doesn't know the difference between what is really happening right now and what has already happened, or what you're thinking about might happen in the future. It's a bit weird like that. So if you can do that, it's going to help you to maybe feel a little bit more comfortable with that situation that you're in. So I hope these tips have been of some help, folks. The biggest takeaway needs to be that bringing your breath and bringing the connection back to yourself and telling yourself you're not weird, you're not stupid, there's not something wrong with you, that you can be calm and it will be okay. And it is just a feeling. It won't kill you, right? Nobody died of feelings, right? It is just a feeling. It will pass. But the more you focus on it, it will get bigger. So you need to just remind yourself that you are calm, you are okay, it will pass. And let yourself treat yourself with compassion and kindness. I hope that's been helpful, guys. If it has, please give me some love hearts. Please give me some thumbs up and some likes. If you think that this might be useful to anybody that you know in your world, please feel free to share it with them or invite them into the group to watch it here. If you do want to connect with me on any issues to do with anxiety, whether it's social anxiety, whether it's just anxiety and stress in general, whether you've got any issues or illnesses going on, thank you, sweet, my pleasure, then please do get in touch. Just leave me a message below this video or get in touch with me directly on Facebook Messenger, or you can connect with me over on LinkedIn. I'm Vicky Midwood over there. LinkedIn and Facebook do tend to be my go-to platforms, but I'm trying to get into Instagram. So if anybody is an Instagram super duper person and wants to give me some tips and feedback on how to get the most out of it, I would really appreciate that. And on that note, have a woohoo Wednesday, folks. Whatever you do, take care of yourself, be kind, be compassionate, love yourself just like you would your best friend. You are worth it. Bye-bye.